So Steve Shepard helped me get this foot pedal running. Whatever I did in the parameters, I couldn't get the foot pedal to work. Everything kind of didn't make sense to me with all these different ports related to from my foot pedal to the VFD. Didn't make sense to me. I'm not an electrical guy, but he figured it out. So I need to hit start on here before I can use my foot pedal. But once I do, I can get it going slow and speed it up. One more thing checked off the list. It works via foot pedal now. Now I just need to get it stopping a little quicker. So since I don't feel like going back to the store, I gave myself some options. So first thing I'm going to try dumping some of this out, because this didn't take much paint at all. Still a little sticky, but didn't take much paint. So I probably have to dump some of this out. And I got this gloss hunter green. I'm going to pour in there and see how much it takes to get the tint I want. And if that does not work, plan B, smoke gray. Just going to paint it gray. I'll put plan B aside for now. So plan A. I was once hired as a paint shaker. Man, I used to shake. It's still wet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a painter. I'm not an electrician. But you know, I do it anyway myself, even though it takes forever. Because I like learning. That's probably why you guys watch the channel. A, to watch me fail. And B, because you probably like learning yourself. Because it's fun. Sounds sarcastic, but I'm actually legit. It's actually really fun. Doing stuff for yourself, it's so fulfilling. Oh, that's hunter green. The only thing to do is just pour it in, right? I don't know what to do with this. Okay. Alright, so that didn't work at all. I ended up using the whole quart, and it still looks like this. So, just going gray. But I just want, I don't know. I want a pettingale, so I want it to look like a pettingale, but it's just not meant for me, I guess. Alright, so painted it gray, looks a lot better. It still needs a second coat, maybe a third coat. I see a lot of that blue shining through, or Tiffany seafoam green, whatever the heck it is. But it looks good. So, just came back from the store. I got some chain. Because you know what I'm going to do? They have drawbars on these. Right now I'm going to only do it for the bottom. That's the way Steve has his, and I'm sure it's probably good enough. If I have flex in this top arm moving side to side, I'll put a drawbar kit there. But right now I'm going to only do the bottom. So normally they go from about here out, and there's a plate thing that bolts onto or screws into whatever you got here, and threaded rod so you can adjust it and pull tension that way and this way to kind of keep this from moving side to side. So I got all the parts so far. These are the brackets that go on the side of the post, and you see these are at an angle. The threaded rod's going to go through here with a nut and a washer. Just kind of cinch it, tighten it down, and then instead of the rod, I'm going to use chain. Well, in conjunction with the rod. So I'm going to use a piece of this, probably half of it, so I get some adjustability, and then the rest is going to be chain up until we get to the arm here. So a little bit of threaded rod here, chain, and same on the other side. I got a bolt and everything. 9/16 was the perfect size that fit through it. Of course, all my grade 8 bolts I just got, 9/16 was not in the package. See that, Phil? You get all these nice, all this nice hardware. All this nice hardware. Even though I do love it, you still need to go to the hardware store. So yeah, I'm going to use this to go through the lower frame and connect the chains. Then they'll split their separate ways to these two mounts here. I did send a bunch of drawings to the steel shop. They are cutting out some plates for me to go here because my post is not steel and I can't just weld this to my post. I need to put a plate back here. That's why I got these 1/2-inch lags. So it's going to be 4 holes in each plate, 2 here, 2 there. He's going to go in, drill right into the post, and then, you know, you get the gist, I hope. And I also drew something up for the bottom here to attach to this threaded rod, just to make sure these legs don't kick out. That's coming from the steel shop. It's just easier to have someone buzz some holes in it, cut plate to the correct size, because all these plates are nicely trimmed and nice corners, and I don't, you know, the plasma does a nice job, but for thicker stuff, you kind of got a jaggedy edge, and it'll be a better product in the end if I just have someone else do it, either on a CNC plasma table or with a big shear to just cut it. All right, so grab your chain cutters when you want to cut chain. Just cut it right in half. Easy as that. Now you got 2 pieces, exact same length for your drawbar. And so I've got these welded up. I just gotta wait until Steel Place gets my stuff back. Just want to do as much as I can before the stuff gets here, so I can just get it done, you know. got some stuff. These 2 plates plus another plate here, and these 2 guys, this bent up thingy, and this rod. I'm gonna make the brace for the bottom to meet up with this threaded rod. Hopefully, I think now that I'm saying this, I forgot to get the piece that goes here. I don't know, I might use a piece of angle iron and like weld it to the threads, because it doesn't have to be anything crazy, you know? So yeah, I might kind of re-engineer what I was doing here, but with the other way actually. Have it solid mounted to that side and have the adjustment back there. That might be a better option. Not sure. But regardless, anyway, I have all the steel to finish up the outriggers here for the drawbar thing that I'm making out of chain. I'll just need to drill a hole through the plates. Alrighty, so well, the welder's cooling off, because when you weld 200 amps straight for a long bead, the cord gets really hot. So I'm gonna let it cool down. So I located this bracket here that's gonna house the nut for adjusting this guy right there. It's happy right there. So I put a Sharpie mark in the holes. Now I'm going to drill them, pilot drill them to 5/16, and then throw the 1/2-inch lags in there. So nothing to it but to get down and do it. Oh. Yes, very dangerous. Wood is so much easier to drill than steel is. It's kind of obvious, but geez. Almost like a dream. All right. I'll leave that on there just so it stays at that height. Let me get those lags and the washers. My impact. Please tell me it's 3/4. Yes. Oh, lag down. So I like when you get to this point of a build where it's just like putting things together for pretty much the last time. Not that I ever put this on, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I can see this draining a battery pretty quick. All right, now next up, I have a solid piece of shaft that will go from here to about here, or from the rod to about here, and then I gotta shove it in there, and I'll show you. I'll just show you. So this piece that I made, that's welded there. I'm gonna put a bead around the edge here, but it is drilled about 2 inches down. I'm gonna weld this around. That's a lot of engagement, and this is not a high stress point anyway. And then this will go somewhat like this, but the thread's obviously going to be shorter, and this is going to be somewhere like that. So let's get welding. Running out of time. I only got an hour out here tonight, and I want to get all 3 of these braces done. I got this fully welded. This one, oh no, I didn't weld it at all. Okay, I haven't welded this one yet, but the weld is cooling off. I'll do 1 bead, mess with this. No, I'll do this, weld the bead, hopefully install this, and then I'll come back, weld this, screw these both on, and mess with my chain. And it's 24 inches. 23. 23 looks all right to me. Alright, so now I got that brace on there. I'm now going to measure up to where I want the through bolt for the chain and transfer it over to the wood. 45. 45 is going to be the center of the thing, and it's 4 inches tall. So 43 is the bottom. Better than that. Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna go just like that. But then the chain's gonna get pulled tight on both sides, and it's gonna give some rigidity laterally, I guess we call it, to the lower arm. Alrighty, we are getting there. So I got my chains on, my drawbars, that holds tension in each way, so it can move this arm either way. If you loosen that one, tighten that one, you can tweak it a bit. But look at this thing, man. And the foot pedal's hooked up. Steve helped me a ton with the wiring because I don't know anything about wiring, but check. Nice and slow. Then go fast. Man, foot pedal's nice. I think I got it tuned up enough that I like it, and it doesn't throw an error code with the machine. We're good there. I think the only things I have to do is I need to get a box for this with an on-off switch, but I can really do that later because obviously it works now. Everything's wired up, foot pedal wires here. I need to go back up to Steve's place, have him cut the dovetail in this anvil, thread the bottom so it can get bolted onto the frame, and then tune and harden the dies. Oh, and there's another spacer that goes under here, but that's just wood and a little bit of balata, I think it's called. It's some kind of rubbery material made out of plants. I forget what it is, but Pettingill uses it. They use a 1/2-inch piece, and then they either stack with wood or they got metal or whatever it is. I talked to Hans over there at Pettingill, and he said, just stack it up with plywood. Like it's not rocket science. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a stack of plywood. I think I need 3.5 inches. It's up, it's working. I just need to button up a few things. But while it's out of commission, I'll probably paint this guy here, this rod. I'll paint these. Here we are over at Steve Shepard's house, the infamous Steve Shepard. This is his original Pettingill number 2. This is a beautiful machine. But it's a big brother to the Shepard Manufacturing Power Hammer. This is number 1. I have the second one. Hopefully only these two will be built, but who knows. I want to see if he can get me a tag. I think he says he had another one. And there he is over there doing his thing. Aluminum plate?
No, cutting the anvil. Oh, is that just right off the saw?
That's a bandsaw, baby.
That's a bandsaw. That's a nice one. I need to find what to touch.
Yeah. And if it's it's off, it's just because of bandsaw.
Yes, yeah. But we can, it's, right now it's like technically perfect to the hole below.
Yes.
So if that's what you want, we can, you know.
Yeah, no, that is what I want.
First said chain, I thought you were doing something completely different. I thought you were fucking welding chain links together like a lowrider steering wheel.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna do that.
I was like,
They don't need to be welded.
yeah, as soon as, I was like, oh, alright, that works. And I'm leaving with some room. This is a roughing cast, so there's room on all sides. We're going to clean up. Always climb out. Not on the normal Bridgeport with like conventional lead screws, but this has ball screws in it. Okay. You get a better finish with climb out. One thing you're gonna have to do is handle in the end is the tops. You're gonna have to change the very top because your dies probably have a low radius. And they won't sit against that. You. I think it looks good. So when we knock those edges down here, it's going to be all the way around. Okay. And go in a tiny bit more. I like it that. Okay. I got no problems with that. It's easier to open it up if you ever want to.
All right, guys, so right here I have the anvil and the lower die up too high, so it's robbing power from the action of the power hammer. As you can see, it's really not doing much. The panel is staying flat. So I took a shim out. You can see there's a, I think it's a 1/8 inch plate or 3/16 plate underneath the anvil there. I take that out and I run it again, and it works a lot better for me. And I also changed the stroke a bit to have a little bit more, and it worked out pretty good. I'll have to show you guys on the next video, but like I say in the next clip, I left my charger and my batteries at Steve's house, so I could only record so much today, but I had a blast running it for even a few minutes. The dies are not hardened yet, but I was running it really quickly. It's S7 tool steel, so it's not gonna deform that quickly. So running it for 5 minutes really didn't kill anything. I do have to tune them up anyway, and then send them out to heat treat. But yeah, it was exciting getting the hammer running and actually running a material through it. All right, got to make this quick. It's almost finished. I just need to tune and heat treat the dies, and it is ready to make some panels. I'm pretty excited. I know it's not finished, but I have to release this because I would have no other content for this video. Because I kind of left my batteries and charger at Steve Shepard's house, so I can't film anything. And there it is. The battery just died. The last battery I have for my GoPro. So here is probably me hammering again. Just a little video of me hammering. If I even recorded that, I really don't remember. Or it's just some random video with the audio cut off. So I appreciate you guys watching and liking, commenting, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. But seriously, really excited, and I'm really appreciative. Without your guys' help, I don't think I'd have one of these. So with that said, thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next video.